Welcome to LC Screen Talk. My name is Larry, and this is my review of Black Christmas. Black Christmas is the 2019 remake of the 70s slasher classic, in which a group of sorority girls staying home for the holiday find some uninvited guests breaking into their home. So as I said, the 70s film is a slasher classic that I really enjoy, actually. Then we had a remake in the 2000s, which was not so great. And now we have yet another updated version. However, this 2019 film was written and directed by women, which honestly did make me excited to see this film. Material like this seems ripe for a female vision to be put to the screen. But unfortunately, that didn't help anything because this was quite a mess. So, let's go ahead and talk about those positives first. Well, there are nuggets of goodness in here. There are nuggets of potential throughout the film when it comes to messaging, when it comes to directing, and honestly, it just makes it all the more frustrating. But obviously, I'm on board with the message of this film. I was on board with some of the funner aspects of this anti rape, anti alpha male, anti toxic masculine type of messaging that we have in this film, particularly when it embraces itself with like the beta versus alpha male type stuff. I thought was really fun. I do also think we get some nice kind of horror suspense moments leading up to events. And Imogen Poots is fine as our lead. I definitely preferred her like activist friend to her though, I'm not gonna lie. She was my favorite character and kind of my favorite actress of the film. And unfortunately that's where it stops because this was pretty much a mess. And that kills me to say it. It kills me because I am the target for this type of messaging, and this could have worked. It could have worked. Here's the problem here that the film has zero subtlety. This message is smash right into your face, head on, no subtlety. We're not hiding behind any sort of real metaphors. We're just gonna come out and say it. And the only way that works is if we get something kind of like Assassination Nation from just last year, where you embrace it, you have fun with it, and you develop this like really well crafted, fun type of horror thriller. There's no fun to be had here. This movie is actually quite the slog through most of it. You're just kind of bored. And then you get annoyed and your eyes start rolling because the dialogue is just so ham fisted. The script is just lacking any sort of subtlety or nuance or sophistication. The metaphors used here could have been used to good effect, or we could have kept it as brazen as it was if we had just added more camp, if we had added more flair, more fun, more pizzazz to this. If it was a campy slasher, I think this would have been a blast, honestly. But I wanted to be a slasher without the slashing. This movie isn't scary in the slightest. There's a couple good tension builders, but really, I mean, it's not scary at all. And it really doesn't even serve as a slasher film. I mean, it literally serves as a soapbox rather than actually being an entertaining movie. Most of our acting performances are terrible, but the script they were given is even worse. So what are you gonna do? The film looks ugly. Ugh, I hate to say this when speaking on, a female director. Sophie Takal, who also directed VHS, that's the only other film of hers that I am really familiar with. I hate to come for her, but it looked ugly. It just wasn't shot all that well. The color grading and the lighting and the techniques used there were just ugly. It was like an abrasive looking film to me, and I didn't really enjoy that either. Music didn't really work to any sort of effect. And then circling back around to that dang script, our characters are like maddening at points where I'm like screaming at the top of my lungs, do this, do that, what's going on? And even the premise, we get those posters with like slay girls on it, and that's not what this film really is. It takes so long for us to get to any sort of point where our girls are slaying in here, where they're doing something, where they're attacking, where they are being on the offensive. The film would have been so much more fun if it turned into just like straight up like an Assassination Nation. But it wants to be much more of a typical horror film. But it's not a good slasher. It's not even really a slasher at all, if I'm being honest. And it just takes all of the worst tropes from horror slashers and injects them into a dull, preachy film. Plus, all the supernatural that is added in, it did not work for me either. It was just madness. You know who's behind it all, like literally before you even walk in the theater, because they pretty much give it away in the trailer. So don't watch the trailer if you are still intrigued to watch the film, because it shows way too much. And even if you don't see the trailer, you know, like that, exactly what is going on here. A lot of the plot points are nonsensical. You're like, what is going on? The character's logic within itself, again, the script, doesn't make sense. So the script is a disaster. The script is just so terrible. And unfortunately, the direction is not good either. The acting is fine from Elise, who kind of plays our other main friend here, and Imogen, who does well. But it's just not good. Now, this isn't the worst movie I've seen this year. If you are into thrillers, if you are into slashers, and you are a self proclaimed feminist, then give this a rental and you might have some fun with it. Otherwise, you just skip Black Christmas altogether and go watch the original from the 70s. This was just not it. So that is my review of Black Christmas. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, go ahead, click like down below and subscribe to the channel so you are always up to date on my latest videos. Also, join in on the discussion. Are you excited to see Black Christmas? Or have you already seen it? If you have, let me know your thoughts either in the comment section down below, or you can hit me up on Twitter. I love you all so much for your continued support. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!